ॐ नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलङ्गं सीता समारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side. He is carrying a powerful bow and arrow in his hands. Shri Ramcharitmanas, well known as Tulsi Ramayana, and presently in Baal Kanda, verse number 328. And you are all invited into the marriage party. A marriage congregation you cannot imagine ever. It's beyond imagination. And yet you are invited. That's called the privilege of being human, having human embodiment. So forgetting about all troubles and turmoils, welcome into this great celebration. It's completely a divine setup. All descriptions are figurative, but you allow your imagination whichever way, with absolute swatantra, freedom. You want to see Rama seated on the throne? You want him shaking his feet, raising his hands? Follow completely, free. The Upasana is swatantra. So that's the setting now. When all congregation they are being served, they are all lined up, and wonderful food is being served. This is the most desirable occasion in every temple worship. See how the people line up and prasad is distributed. Parusan lage suwar sujana, binjan vividha naam ko jana, chari bhati bhojan vidhi gayi, ek vidhi barani na jayi. I'm giving you the fervor, special delight that you can discover in the writings of Saint Tulsidas. Skilled cooks were not ordinary. They were highly advanced. They had gone through the study of PhD. How to give the right type of food and make everyone joyous, happy, and serve every type of wish, every type of taste. Coming back more to the literal and spiritual meaning, these special cooks served numerous varieties of food. It is impossible to express them, describe them with their names. First is the basic 4 variations. Charvya, Choshya, Lehya, and Peya. Charvya means you masticate, grind your teeth and go on. I don't have to do that. Choshya, swallow it. Lehya, lick it. Don't put it, but go on licking it. Layer by layer, taste will enter your tongue. And that has a special effect in Ayurveda. You just gulp it. That has its own benefit, but complete benefit comes lehya. Go on licking it, little way, and allow a lot of saliva to enter with it. And peya, just drink it. Or suck it. Now each type, the articles of food that need mastication, there are countless types. Easy you can think of it. Little cauliflower, little broccoli, little carrot. All is made as a special delight. There are countless types. Similarly, things that you lick, chutneys, pickles, and whatsoever. Sometimes there are sweet things also. They are also of countless types. Now, this is an allegorical way of presenting. Just like you were hungry and you enjoy the flair of numerous types of foods, and there is an art in presenting it. Think of ahar from a broad point of view. Only your body is not the only one needing food. Your mind needs food. Your intellect needs food. Your heart needs food, feelings. And soul needs that special type of food that it can simply fly and attain enlightenment. Therefore you have the statement, ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhi. If all this food is purified, pure food, your mind will become full of sattva, purity. Sattva shuddhi is dhruva smriti. How you think of yourself depends upon your mind's degree of purification. If mind is not fully purified, each time you think of yourself, you think in a very degraded manner. And one of the simple expression of that is the despair, grief, helplessness, torment. I will look for more next time. So, ahara shuddhav, but if you have food that is purified, pure food, and sattva has become purified, mind is filled with sattva, purity. Dhruva smriti. Now you don't think of yourself the way you thought of yourself. Think of yourself in 3 stages. Deha buddhya tu dasoham. Look at yourself, first your mind says you are the body. Well, but the whole body is not your creation. The whole body is handled by God. And you are placed, you are identified with the body. If you develop that more in a profound way, you view yourself as an instrument in divine hand. Considering yourself as body, understand you are in the hands of God. Every part of your body is in the hands of God. You don't tell the nails don't grow from tomorrow. It's in the hands of God. And his hand is very profound. Deha buddhya tu daso. Jiva buddhya tvadanshaka. And as you come to the grip of understanding, you are soul. As a soul, you are a ray of God. Soul is like sun reflecting in a jar of water. Water is your mind, and divine self is reflecting in it. And that is what is shining within you, that reflected sun, soul. Therefore, now understand, don't crush your mind over little things of this world. You are not ordinary, you are the ray of God. Say hooray. And put it more scriptural way, grow in the image of God. No matter how things are, the positive wins. So grow with peace, harmony, joyousness, compassion, humility. Think of any good quality that you can think about God. First figure out what good quality does he have. And then compete with him. If you have that quality, I'm going to have it. If you are patient, I'm going to be patient. What else do you want? I'm joking. Atma buddhya tavaivaham. But the Atma, the absolute self, the reality within you, what you are, that reality is Brahman. So this type of awareness entering your mind, that's called Deha buddhya, ahara shuddhav, sattva shuddhi. Sattva shuddhav dhruva smriti. This type of recollection is coming to your mind in 3 stages. I am in the hands of God. How wonderful. I am a ray of God. So the positivity that I discover, there is no end to it. And I am that. Through these lines, your mind begins to enjoy your life. Your life becomes saras, joyous. All that I'm telling very quickly, but they require a lot of patience. But whether you are patient or not, you have to face the world. So why not face it with patience? And with purposeful movement. And further again, when you begin to enjoy the spiritual discovery within yourself, every adverse situation you have faced, you do not remember that adversity as something negative or as a curse, but you remember it as a boon. Thank God, I got that. Therefore, I am in this stage. Dhruva Smrtau, if that type of recollection has entered, Sarvagrantinam Vipramoksha, three major knots of the heart. The knot of karma. Soul always bonded with karma. What did I do? What should I do? What is the karmic law? Who will tell me who I was in the previous birth? Where was I? And even in this birth, great interest in finding who were my four forefathers. You need some olive leaves to give you your hereditary source. So, karma granthi, that karma-based existence of yours, soul gripped by karma, that karma granthi breaks. You have nothing to do with karma. And the second granthi, kama granthi. Always you are desiring and living your life for fulfilling your so many desires. And what's most surprising, you never know how those desires are sitting in your unconscious, and when they will suddenly come out and howl. So that's called kama granthi, the knot of desire. And then avidya granthi, ignorance. So if you have started with pure food, remember food is intake, all the intake through your body, through your mind, through your... If everything is pure, ahara shuddhau, sattva shuddhi. Now purity invades your mind. Sattva shuddhau dhruva smriti. Now your recollection of yourself is not in a miserable way. It has a kind of intuitive vision. And end result, these knots, they move away. Karma, no longer gripped by karma, no longer gripped by subtle desires and vasanas. And the veil of illusion breaks. So good food leads to liberation. Now coming to the storyline, Charas ruchir binjana bahu jati, ek rasa aganita bhati, jevat dehi madhura dhuni gari, lay lay nama purusha runari. Four types of food I have described, but that's not the end of the description. There are 6 rasas, 6 types of taste. Charas. If food has to be saras, it must be charas. Saras, the tasty. Charas, 6 tastes must be blended into it. Let me relate to you what the 6 are. Madhur, sweet. Amla, sour. Lavana, salty. Katuk, bitter. Kashaya, astringent. And thick, hot, pungent. And all these tastes have their different effect on your body. They go into different combinations, even from Ayurvedic point of view. And food is described as vyanjan. I'm giving you subtler meanings. Anjan is the ointment, that collyrium that you apply in the eyes. That was the old style fashion. Whenever women went to go into a congregations, they put the collyrium in their eyes. And it brightens up the face. Now, food serves the same purpose. The type of food that can brighten your face, that's vyanjan. Sometimes food brightens your face better than all beauty set. And broad meaning, profounder meaning. Better the spiritual food, greater is your expression of your personality. So these 6 types of rasas, tastes, with many variations, you can create combinations and computation, and these 6 become many. एक एक रस अगणित भांति. Each of that taste brought into countless variations, aganit, can't count it. Jevat dehi madhur dhuni gari. Now again, the old style as well as new style, people have their own way of enjoying a festive occasion like marriage or birthday celebration, whatever type of celebration. In India, and probably also in the West, but Western I'm not sure about it. I'm joking. They sing wonderful songs, but in the songs they put joking sentences. They match up Rama with Radha, Sita with Krishna. And people all laugh. They have imagination of matching people together. simple one moral behind it. When you are really celebrating, your mind goes beyond all limited concepts. All gods are only one. So the normal restrictions and normal limitations are transcended. And that state of joy is expressed by what's called Jevat Dehi Madhur Dhuni Gari. Gari dete. Same as abusive terms, if you use them, in normal circumstances, they are like crashing a vehicle right on your head. Gari is like a car. समय सुहावनी गारी विराजा हसत राव सुनि सहित समाजा. Tulsidas says, in right occasion, this type of throwing gari is perfectly wonderful. Wrong occasion, he will create terrible reactions. Now in this situation, all these apparently words of humorous gali, King Dasharatha laughs. And of course, that's what they want. All the people should laugh and enjoy. And after they have taken their food, they did achaman, they washed their hands and face. Dehi pan pooje janak dasharatu sahit samaj janvase hi gavane mudit sakala bhupa sirataj. And then this has been the ancient style of after food, a betel nut preparation is given. It contains certain things that's very digestive, soothing, and remarkably beautifying. Your lips become red. And then all of them return to their apartments. Nit nutan mangala puramahi nimish saris dir jami nijahi. Every day, the new celebration, more joyous. Day and night, they go on passing just like the winking of the eyes, as fast. Simple way to understand. When you live through a very joyous occasion, you don't know how the time passes. But what does it really indicate? What it indicates that if you are truly joyous, blissful, time will not exist. Time is mental product, and mind is not a constant companion for you. Mind moves away if you are enlightened. And even when you go to sleep, your mind moves away, pretends to move away, goes under your bed. So, in the storyline, King Dasharatha and all those people who had come from Ayodhya and all the people of Janakpur, they don't know how does the time pass. बड़े भोर भूपति मनि जागे जाचक गुण गण गावन लागे. One day early in the morning, King Dasharatha woke up, and then all those this was the old custom of whenever a kingly type people woke up, he is praised by various people around him. Jatak gungan kaman lage. They go on describing glorious things that the king has done, things about his past, things about his forefathers, etc. देखि कुंवर बर बधुन समेता किमि कही जात मोद मन जेता. And King Dasharatha saw his 4 sons with 4 brides, and the joy that entered his heart can't be described. Having completed his morning rituals, he went to Pratikriya kari gaye Guru pahi, Mahapramod prema manamahi. He went to Guru Vasishtha, and his heart was filled with joy and love. Kari pranam puja kar jori, bole gira abhiye janu tho bori. The king offered adorations to Sage Vasishtha, and with folded hands spoke. His words were as if dipped in nectar. Try to do that. Speak words that are so sweet that as if you have brought down your words and dumped it into a dish of nectar. तुम्हारी कृपा सुनहु मुनि राजा, भयं आज मैं पूरन काजा. O Lord of sages, by your grace, today I have become absolutely fulfilled, Purna Kama. All desires are satisfied. अब सब विप्र बोलाई गोसाई, देहु धेनु सम भांति बनाई. O Swami, O Lord, invite all the Brahmins and let them be all given generous gifts of garlands and clothes, and cows, well dressed, well decked. Again, subtle point that you are being given to you. When King Dasharatha says that he has become so happy that all his desires are fulfilled, and then he expresses a desire that requires a lot of work. So you have to understand. If you attain absolute fulfillment, you become a source of doing immense good to all. Basantavat lokahite charanta. The divine movement is not your own selfish movement. It's supplemented by your influence, radiation from your personality, your teaching, your example, your goodwill, all begin to influence the world in a profound way. How profound? Just like a spring comes in a forest. How does it? The entire forest wakes up, begins to sing and dance. Every leaf begins to flutter. Even when it breaks, it floats. Figure that out. Bhamadevu Sunigur Karik Bahipala Badai Puni Pataye Muni Brinda Bolai. Sage Vasishtha, having praised the king for his experience and what he said, and now he gave message that all Brahmins and sages and all people to be brought so that gifts can be given to them. Vamadevu Arudeva Rishi Valmiki Jabali Aye Munivar Nikar Tab Kaushikadi Tapasali. All great sages had been there. They come together. Some of their names are being given. Sage Vamadeva, Devarshi Narada, Valmiki, Jabali, and Sage Vishwamitra, and numerous sages. Danda pranama sabahin ripakinhe, Puji saprema barasa nadinhe. The king offered adorations in a most devotional way and gave them wonderful seats. Chari lacha baradhenu mangai, kama surabhi samashila suhai. That you must realize all this description is profound mystical development when soul within you is matching up with pure intellect to discover its essential nature and to have a plan to destroy ignorance. When that matching state has come, the thrill of that experience cannot be described in the terms of all the celebrations you have heard through thousands and thousands of years. All celebrations become little compared to that state that enters your consciousness, that will lead you to realization, Aham Brahmasmi. So therefore, that experience of thrill, the scripture tries to present in words, an ordinary description. And in description, you hear amazing things, very irrational, but gives flavor to this. 400,000 beautiful cows were immediately summoned. They were all, each one was like Kamadhenu, giver of all your desires, satisfying all desires. And beautiful looks. And not yet, description is not over. Sabbidhi sakal alankrita kinhi, mudita mahip mahideva nadinhi. And all those Kamadhenus, cows, they are well dressed and ornaments, beautiful bells, some little bells in the ears. Think of so many variations. So they were well decked. Each cow, it was not 10 or 15, it was 400,000. And all within minutes. करत बिनय बहुविधि नर नाहु लहु आज जन जीवन लाहु. And while giving, the king is expressing his joy. Today I have attained the purpose of my life, absolute fulfillment. पाई असीस मही सुअनंदा लिए बोली जनु जाचक बृंदा. All these were given to Brahmins, and they blessed the king. And then there were many other seekers of all these offerings that are being distributed. They all joined in. And the king performed charity, giving away gold, clothes, jewels, horses, elephants, chariots. King Dasharatha, descendant of solar race, reminding you this whole process is in uttarayana movement. When the soul follows, beginning is vairagya, like fire, jyoti, discriminative intellect, living your life day by day in a profound way. Then entering into Shukla Paksha, moon, bhavana, feeling begins to wax. Then you come into a stage of increasing period of daytime period goes on increasing. That's again symbolic of consciousness goes on expanding. If you have come to that level of following this whole process, then your family line links to the sun god. Otherwise, there are many links. You become Ravikula Nandan, King Dasharatha is symbolizing that, all this what I have said. Chale padhata pagavata gunagata, jai 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 dinakara kulag And all those who receive these charities, they go on saying, this Lord of solar race, jai ho, jai ho, jai ho. Glory, glory, glory. यही विधि राम विवाह उछाहू सकैन बरनि सहसम मुख जाहू. This celebration of Rama's marriage cannot be described even by Shesha, cosmic serpent with millions or trillions of hoods. He is considered the most eloquent source because people have one face, demons have 10 faces. Some big demons may have 1,000 faces, but he has countless faces. And in spite of having all the countless faces and boundless mind, Sheshanaga cannot describe. All that Sheshanaga, cosmic mind, can describe that relates to the world process. In that description, the soul goes on coming in the cycle of birth and death. But the type of celebration that's going on is giving a glimpse of liberation, moksha. And moksha is beyond the capacity of the cosmic Sheshanag. Sheshanag is cosmic mind. There's subtler meaning behind it. बार बार कौशिक चरण शीशु नाई कहराऊ यह सब सुख मुनि राज तब कृपा कटाक्ष पसाऊ. Again and again, King Dasharatha bows down to Sage Vishwamitra and with profound devotion he says, O Lord of sages, all this that now I am enjoying is by your grace. Kripa Kataksh. If grace is a personality, Kataksh just looks like that. Janaka sanehu siilu karatuti Nipu sabhabhati saraha vibhuti. King Dasharatha spoke of the gracious personality of King Janaka, his love, his gentleness, his gracious activities. दिन उठी विदा अवधपति मांगा राखहि जनक सहित अनुरागा. Every day in the morning he meets King Janaka and requests to let him go to Ayodhya along with his party. But King Janaka wouldn't listen to it. With so much love in his heart, he would simply look at him. And King Dasharatha couldn't do anything more. Each one is drowned in the love of each other. नित नूतन आदरु अधिकाई दिन प्रति सहस भांति पहुनाई. And the joyous communion of heart seems to grow day by day in a novelty way. You live your days and you know the next day is coming the same way. But if you have a loving relation, you are not facing the other day with a sense of boredom. I'm speaking from ordinary way. But now, from profound way, when you have relation is towards Godward movement. How can it be? How can it allow anything boring, even if it's in the slightest way? How can you say, oh God, I have been worshipping you for such a long time. I loved you for that. I still want me to love you. Are you not tired? If you speak that language, you don't know what love is. So every day they come meet with a new fervor, new joy. Not only with King Janaka and Dasharatha. नित नूतन आदरु अधिकाई दिन प्रति सहस भांति पहुनाई. Day by day, the respect for each other goes on growing. And the expressions of joyous communication go on developing. Not only with King Janaka and Dasharatha, but all people of that city who enjoys this celebration day by day. And no one wants to hear about King Dasharatha going away to Ayodhya. They don't want to end this wonderful celebration. बहुत दिवस बीते यही भांति जनु सनेह रजु बंधे बराती. Many days passed. All those people, it seemed like they have been trapped by ropes, ropes of love. कौशिक सतानंद तब जाई कहा विदेह नृपति समुझाई. So after many days had passed, Sage Vishwamitra and Shatananda, who is the priest of King Janaka, both of them, they made King Janaka understand. अब दशरथ कहूँ आय सुदेहु यद्यपि छाड़ि न सकहु सनेहु. Though your love is so profoundly involved with King Dasharatha, yet you must let King Dasharatha and his marriage party go. भले ही नाथ कही सचिव बोलाए कही जय जीव शीस नितिन नाये. And King Janaka, now he is being ordered by great sages. So he says, okay, oh Lord, if this is your command, I will do it. King Janaka then called his ministers, and when they came, they bowed down to King Janaka, saying, Jai Jiva, glory to the soul. That was old-time expression of greeting. But present time, Jiva term is not so joyous. All that implies, whenever you adore each other, you adore God in each other. Namaskar, namaste. अवधनाथ चाहत चलन भीतर करहु जनाऊ भये प्रेम वश सचिव सुनि विप्रसभा सदराऊ. King Janaka now related that message that King Dasharatha wants to go. Send this message to the queens in the palace. Hearing this, all those ministers, Brahmins, assembly people, all were struck with profound love, not lightning, lightning of love. And with this I will conclude. Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukuma bandhanan mrityor mukshiyamamritat sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukha bhag bhavet asato ma sadgamaya tamso ma jyotirgamaya mrityor ma amritam gamaya purnamadaha purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम श्री रामाय नमः. नमः शिवाय.